Hey everybody. Well, I'm home for a week from the oil fields, so I thought I would take this opportunity to get out to this new piece of land that I found, just do some exploring and see what I could find out here. So of course, like always, brought the camera along, brought you guys along, so let's go see what we can find. Kind of nice getting out here in late winter, early spring. The woods kind of come back to life. Wildlife starts moving around again. I just spooked up a couple deer, but they took off before I could get the cameras turned on. So I just come out here, try to walk slow, quietly, see what kind of wildlife is out and see what I can find. A lot of times when I'm out here, when I see these fallen trees, I'll make sure I stop and look for some of the sap that has come through from damage. As I've shown you guys before, a lot of times it's really good for fire starting or for maintaining your fire. Let's see if I can pull this piece off right here. Pull a bunch of bark off with it, but I'll go ahead and take my knife, take that piece off, and put it in my rucksack. That way, if I decide to have a fire later on, I've got a little bit of accelerant with me, help me get that fire going. I was walking up to this old scraggly tree. I noticed down here at the bottom all the branches were dead, and I really noticed that they're abnormally stacked, so it piqued my curiosity. Started coming around this way. I don't know if you guys can see the tarp in here. There's a cow skull sitting up there. So someone has obviously taken the time to build a shelter out here with this tree. Seems to be a door going in. Looks like some of the branches have fallen and blocked our way. Hope no one's in there sleeping right now. I'm gonna give a call out to them. Hello? Hello? Just keep walking around to see if we can find a way in. Alright, they've obviously enclosed themselves pretty good. Looks like I can stay pretty dry in there. But I'm really curious on what's inside. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to take a couple minutes here. Move some of these branches. Get back to this door. See what's inside this. And someone's got some supplies in here. Looks like a little bit of tuna fish, some green beans, a little bit of clothes. Looks like there's a fire pit over here. Let's go ahead and keep going in. There's their fire pit. Like I said, they got some clothes. Looks like they had a fleece sleeping bag, another bag. It's pretty dry in here. Obviously still some openings, but someone definitely took the time and effort to build this. I'm not going to mess it up too bad. Looks like they found some old pieces of the railroad they brought up here. We're going to go ahead and get out of here and leave it the way it was for the people to come back to. Kind of amazing some of the stuff you can find when you come out here, pay attention, and have a little bit of situational awareness. All I noticed on that tree was the dead branches down at the bottom and how they were stacked up, and ended up finding someone's shelter, fort, summer home, whatever you want to call it. I thought that was pretty cool to just decide to go take a look at an old tree and find that. So, hey, let's keep looking around and see what else we can find. So I was just walking away from that tree shelter and came across this big fire pit. And I'm just wondering if that's where the person does a lot of their cooking. They've got an old metal spoon, plastic fork, spoon from an MRE. Inside here you see a metal pot, metal pan. So obviously someone's done some cooking out here. It's actually a pretty good sized fire pit. Little pile of wood there. Pretty interesting. Thought I'd stop to take a minute, get a drink of water, and take this jacket off. I'm still used to dressing for the weather over in North Dakota, which we're still down in the tens and teens. Come home to Washington. It's about 45 degrees out today, so that jacket is definitely a little too much for me today. Notice I was starting to sweat, and don't want to do that because if I stop, that sweat's going to get cold and I'm just going to get chilled. So I'm just going to take a break for a few minutes, drink some water, and see if any wildlife comes by me while I'm sitting here. You never know. We'll see. A lot of questions I get asked while I'm out here exploring, hiking around, is what kind of gear I carry with me. So I thought I would just take a minute, kind of briefly go over what I'm carrying with me today. The backpack is a North Face Hot Shot backpack. It's kind of more made to be a school backpack, or but I like it. It's kind of made of a rubberized material and water resistant zippers. They're kind of sealed, so if it does start raining on me, all my stuff's not going to get soaking wet on the inside. Of course, I've got my Nalgene canteen in the Maxpedition canteen pouch, and I do have the metal cup inside there, so if I want to boil some water. The knife I'm carrying today is the Les Stroud Camelus knife. Okay, it's Les's version of the survival knife, kind of like how Bear Grylls came out with one through Gerber. I'm not going to go over it a whole lot because I will be doing a review on it after some more testing and a little bit of use. Just got myself a Backpacker's Pantry lunch, shepherd's potato stew with beef. I'll give that a try a little bit later. I've got myself an Under Armour balaclava. Again, just if the weather turns on me, have something to cover my head. Got some gloves. My stepson Jordan bought me this for Christmas. It's an MSR backpacker's towel. Okay, again, if I just get wet, dirty, have to wash my hands up, whatever. Got myself a nice little towel. Can also unroll it, use it as a scarf, bandana, whatever I might need to. Got myself a Life Gear flashlight. Might get stuck out here in the dark. Got myself a REI titanium fork for my lunch. And let's see, what else do I have? Oh, got myself a little fuel tablet stove. Just a little fold out kind. That way when I want to boil my water for my lunch, I'm going to give this guy a try. It's a little tough to get out of there. It just folds out with the little arms. Put the little fuel tab in the center and see if we can get our water to boil. And of course, never go anywhere without the pistol. It's a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm in a custom-made Kydex holster. Usually carried on my belt, but today pretty much know where I'm at, know what I'm dealing with. Just decided to carry it in the backpack today. But that is all I'm carrying with me today. One thing that I did forget and leave at home was my first aid kit. I usually don't try to forget that, but this was just kind of a day out hiking on a whim. So I did forget a few things, but that's what I'm carrying with me today. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I decided to stop and eat some lunch for a little bit. So this is the Esbit little lightweight folding stove. I've got one of the fuel tablets here. But yeah, I've never used this, so this is going to be a trial and error. I guess that sits in there. And we'll light it. Don't know how well it's going to take a spark from the ferro rod from the Les Stroud knife. So we're going to give it a try, see what happens. If I see if that'll catch. Alright, so what I'm trying to do now is I've actually shaved a bunch off and put it in here. You know, I don't know if it's the tablets, I don't know if it's this cheesy little ferro rod from the Les Stroud knife, maybe it's my technique, I don't know, but I'm having one heck of a time getting this thing started. So if you guys have any suggestions, obviously a lighter or matches would probably do a lot better. Obviously a better ferro rod. But maybe if I'm actually just doing something wrong here, leave me some comments, let me know. Getting a little frustrated, about to say heck with it, with eating lunch. I'm not getting a very good spark out of this ferro rod. You know, I have shaved some of the coating
off of the knife. Little notch here, that's actually made for the Fire Striker, but just not getting a good spark off this, not getting them to land where I want them to, and I'm just getting frustrated. Alright, you guys can see on the blade there where I'm throwing sparks from the built-in ferro rod with the sheath of the knife. You can see where the fuel tablet is browned and a little bit burnt from the sparks hitting it. You can see inside there some of the shavings, how they've turned brown from the sparks hitting it. But for some reason, this thing just does not want to light for me. And kind of out of ideas. I don't have any matches or lighter. Don't really feel like taking the time to prep a fire just to heat up some water today. So I think I'm just going to keep on going without heating up this meal. Again, like I said before, if you guys have any ideas of what I did wrong with that thing, feel free to leave me a comment. I really am just stumped on why this fuel tablet won't light with the amount of sparks that I have thrown on it. You can see how much I have shaved off on that fire steel. So I'm going to put that away, put the knife away, pack up, drink some water, and keep on going. Oh, and by the way, I'm throwing this in the garbage when I get home. Well, we're coming up to the end of our hike. The Land Rover is actually at the top of these falls. First obstacle we got to cover, crossing this little stream here. I've got a rock in the middle right there, and I'll just have to aim for some place over there. Try to stay as dry as possible. Not too bad. Didn't get too wet. Well, folks, that was another day out exploring. Got to get out and live a little bit and enjoy some of my time off from the oil fields. I was checking out an area my dad had showed me, kind of a new area to me. Found a cool little tree fort slash shelter, whatever you want to call it. And a couple fire pits, saw a little bit of wildlife. So overall, it was a good day. We're back at the Land Rover. Now it's back to regular life. But any chance you guys get, go out and live. See you next time.